Yeah, welcome back to my class. Today we want to look at naming thread. In the last class, I demonstrated multi-threading, and you saw that the system was able to give the thread a default name. I told you I was going to show you how to change that name to whatever name you want, and that is what I want to demonstrate in this class. But you know, my channel is religion, science, and technology, and when we started this class, I was showing you things in the Garden of Eden. So today, I'm actually going to show you how to do multi-threading, but at the same time, change the name to Adam and Eve, and then how they will exit the garden to the lower world where they are to perform their mission, right? So that is what I want to show you in this class. So I'm going to use the concept of multi-threading. Then I'm going to show you how to change the name to Adam and Eve, and then we'll see what happened to them after the temptation and how they left the garden. So let's write a program to demonstrate that. All right. So we are going to import our thread module again. Import threading. We are importing the threading module. Then um, I want to change the name of the main thread. I want to change the name of that main thread to what? To man, right? So the first thing I will do is I will declare a variable, which is what? Main thread. This is a variable, which is a reference. So I'm going to reference um, threading, which is what? This threading module, threading dot main thread. Inside this threading module, right, there is a method called main thread. So this method is going to return the name of the main thread, which you saw in the last class as what? Main thread. But I want to change this name from main thread to what? To man. So I'm creating a reference variable, which is like an object that is used to instantiate this class. Now I am going to say main thread, which is this dot name. Now there is an attribute called name. Now I have created a reference variable to it, which is like instantiating the class. So I'm using that method, which is that object, to access this attribute. And I'm changing this to what? To man. Right? That's what I've done. So I've changed the name of my main thread, which is main thread. I've changed to what? To man. That's what I've done. Okay. Now I'm going to create um, this time around, I'm going to create another function. I'm not going to use the var_mat. So the function I will create here is what? Def, and I will call it temptation. I'll call it temptation. And then this temptation is going to expect an argument. I'll call it gender, right? So I will call it gender. Now I will go into this, my function, and I will say if, right? If gender equals male, right? If gender equals male, go in and then print avoid this is my string literal threading dot current underscore thread dot name. Okay, I will explain this. Okay, so I am saying that if gender equals male, print avoid trading.currentThread.name. Now, this current thread is a method inside this threading, right? And this name is an attribute inside it. So I am using this to access the name of what? Of the current thread. Now you will see where I'm actually going to name the thread. So that is the name that will be supplied to this place. So this is a string literal that will be printed out on the screen. So avoid this name that will come here, right? That is what I want to achieve. Else come in and print tempt, right? Tempt, comma, then same thing here, trading dot current underscore thread, right? Method dot name. Okay. So if gender equals to male, go in and print avoid the name that will be supplied to that gender. Else print tempt trading.currentThread.name. So I'm going to now create my two threads and I'm going to name them. Then I'm going to give this value so you will understand this line. So let's just conclude. So now I have written this is my task that I want to perform, right? Now I'm going to create my two thread, right? Um, I don't know if this place, I don't think this place will be enough. So I will have to move it back a little, but it should be on the same line. But don't mind that I'm going to write it here because I want it to cover that space. So what I will do is I will come here now and I will say thread one, right? Thread one. And then I will call this my threading. It should be the same line, but because I want it to cover what I want to write. So T1, then here, threading, dot thread, right? T1, which is the first thread, threading dot thread. Then I will call my target. Then what is the target? Which is what? Temptation. That is what I want you to perform, right? Comma. Then the argument asks. So, which is the gender? Now here I am going to put male because this is what I want here. So male, then I'll put comma. Now why am I putting this comma? Because it is a tuple. So meaning this tuple is having just um, one value, one parameter. Now if I don't put this comma here, this will simply be a string literal. It will not be a tuple. So this is to show you that this is a tuple, but just one value that is inside. Then the next thing here is what? I will supply name, which will be what? I will give it Adam, right? I hope you are still seeing. Now, why am I doing this? Instead of the system to automatically give me a thread name as thread one, I want that thread name, the sub-thread that will be created. I want the name of that thread to be Adam. That's what I've done. So that's what I want to show you, naming thread. So the same way I have renamed the main thread to man, I'm renaming the sub-thread, the first sub-thread to what? Adam. Now I'll do the same thing here. T2, threading, dot thread, then target equals temptation, right? Then ask, which is what? The argument will be what? Female, right? then comma, then you close it, then comma here, name, you will assign if to it. I hope you can still see. So now I've created my two thread. The next thing is I want to start the thread. So I will say T1 dot start. So I'm calling the start method. T2 dot start. I'm calling the start method. Then I want the two thread to perform their task before the main thread will do the final thing. So for that, the main thread will have to wait for these two threads to perform their task. To achieve that, I will say T1 dot join. I'll call the join method for both thread. So this join method is simply this join method, right? Is going to hold this main thread. It will hold the main thread, which is what? This main thread, man. It will hold it until this Adam and Eve finish their task. So that is that. Now, the moment that happens, I want the main thread to now print out. I hope it will. So this is my thread. I have finished here, right? What should be under it is what I want to. So this is my thread. I believe you can still see under. So let me just manage this space. Now, what I want the main thread to now print is print. The main thread will now print this one. I will not ask. I will access this name. So I will say main thread dot name, right? Main thread dot name, comma. Then I'll put this in a string literal. Ate the fruit and became enlightened, right? I'll put this here. Ate the fruit and became enlightened. So print main thread dot name, which is what? Man ate the fruit and became enlightened. So that is what I want you to print out. But there's still one more thing I want you to print. So I don't think you will see that one. So what should be under this one, which is the final thing that I want you to print, right? I'm going to write it here. I'm going to write it here. So this place, the final thing, which is what should be under this place, is what I am going to write here. So I'll say print, right? Main thread dot name. I'll say then main thread dot name, main thread dot name, comma, left the garden, right? So this is the final thing that I want you to print out. So this one will print main thread dot name, which is what? Man. Man ate the fruit and became enlightened. Then man left the garden. That is what I want to show you in this class. So you can see how we have changed the name. So this one is going to print out. Once you get to this place, this one will create the thread. And the thread is what? Adam. Then this one will create the thread. And the thread is what? Eve. These are the two thread. Now these two thread will carry out this particular activity, which is this task. So it will come in. This male will be given to gender. Then it will go in. If gender equals to male, print avoid threading dot current thread dot name. So this one will print avoid Adam, right? It will print avoid Adam. While this second thread will supply female to gender. It will come in. If gender equals to male, no, gender is not equals to male. So it will come to the S block and it will print tempt trading.current thread, which is what? Trading.current thread.name, which is what? Tempt if. It will print tempt if. So this one will print avoid Adam. This one will print tempt if. Now, once that is done, both they've done their job concurrently. Once this is done, it will now come back to this place and it will print man ate the fruit and became enlightened. Then it will print this last one. Then man left the garden. That is what I wanted to show. So today's class is on what? Naming thread. So you've seen how I've changed the main thread to man, and then I have changed the two threads that will be created. The first one to Adam, and then the second one to what? Eve. So let's go to the PyCharm and let me demonstrate this for you to see the output. All right, so this is our PyCharm, and as you can see, I've written the script already. So this is everything that we did on the board, and this is about naming the thread. So in creating the thread 1 and thread 2, you can see. So all I need to do is assign the name attribute to it, and then the name attribute for this. So already I've changed the first thread, which is here. Everything that I did on the board is what I have here. So I'm just going to execute this script for you to see the output. So when I execute it, you can see. So this one will print out avoid trading.current thread.name, which is what? Adam. So avoid Adam. Then the second thread will supply the argument, which is what? Female. So when it goes in, if gender equals to male, no, gender is not equals to male. So it will not go into the if. It will come to the S, and then it will print out tempt if. Then after the two threads have done their task, they will now go back to the main thread. So the main thread will now print out man ate the fruit and became enlightened. And then it will print out then man left the garden for the mission in the lower realm. So that is all I have to show you in this class. Don't forget to click on the like button and also help to share this video. If you have any comments, please put it in the comment section. So till we see in the next class. Bye-bye.